Right, today I am going to show how I go about practicing caricature, getting what I decide to caricature on things. So, like with this picture of John Prescott, the caricature weight I feel is in the bottom of his face. Basically, he looks like a King Edward spud, a grumpy King Edward spud at that. Now, another great part is his wideness of his face, so I want to caricature that, and I make notes of that. And the reason I am doing this on digital software is because I've realised it's so much easier to do. I can kill two birds with one stone. I can practice my digital drawing, which is not great, and trying to get my caricature ability back, and this has given me a great chance. I'm not killing the rainforest doing it, it's all on digital on my computer, and it's given me a great chance to get better without leaving a bloody great carbon footprint all over the place. So as you can see from this, I have decided the main parts that I think need caricaturing is his eyebrows. They look like suitcases, the heaviness of his skull, and he's got a face that he looks like he's chewing on a wasp. And here comes my dogs being bloody noisy. Quiet, you two. So I tend to start, when I'm drawing a face on picture, I start off with the nose and work out to the outside of the caricature. That is just the way I prefer, but when I was doing live, I used to like getting people just to turn slightly so I could get a three-dimensional profile in, because it just helped to draw them quicker. Now, I don't just, when I say draw me quicker, it makes me sound like a right mercenary bugger. But what I mean is, if I can earn a living, or used to earn a living drawing live caricature, then I could then spend more time doing the things that I enjoyed, like my illustrations and everything else. So you've got to keep the pennies coming in so that you can spend more time doing other things you enjoy. That is what I think anyway. Now, this software that I'm using is Sketchbook Pro, as I have said before. I love it because of my problems with my memory. I just find the whole interface of the software so easy to navigate round. Most of it is there right in front of me, so even I would struggle to, although I do seem to manage to come a crop a lot of the time, it would cause me problems if, like with manga, when I have to go, you start looking into things, or Photoshop. So this is why I use Sketchbook Pro, and it is a brilliant little program, and it doesn't cost an arm and a leg to get it. So when you are doing these, you can also do several of these from each photo if you wanted to do a detailed commission drawing, so you can practice out all your ideas. And just, I put a lasso around it and make the image smaller, just tuck it out the way, then I will try to draw another version of it and just mess about with different ways that it could be drawn that you're happy with. Because detailed caricatures, you've probably seen them, they're absolutely fantastic. Some of the artists that do, like no, but look, there is an Southern Irish caricaturist. No, he will know who he is. But hands and he is a great digital caricature artist. But when you look at his live stuff, although it is good, you can see the difference between his detailed stuff and his live stuff. So when you are doing the live caricature, you need to make your mind up quickly on what you do. They're not going to sit around forever. Now, I love live caricature because I just think it is such a fantastic thing to be able to just sit down and a person that you've never seen before just sit down in front of you, and you get a funny likeness of his face, and that he is happy with. I just think there's a brilliant talent, and I wish I had not bucketed up my health and I could have carried on, but that's the way it is. But I still do like to practice. As you can see, I'm now making this image that I've done, putting it to one side, reducing the size, and then I'll probably have another go at him, try something a bit more different. But as you can see, even already I'm still going back to this main idea that I have when I look at him. The weight of his face is all at the bottom. It's just a huge skull, it seems to me. I used to do all this with paper, and then it suddenly dawned on me it'd just be easier to do this digitally, and then when I want to do a live style caricature for my blog, I could then do it on the paper. But like most things, most sensible things never seem to pop into your head when you could have used them. Anyway, I better stop talking for a bit because I am getting knackered. Now these little thumbnails, I suppose you could call them, they don't have to be really detailed or that good. It's just getting the idea down that you feel that you want to put into a better when you do it again better. It's just to give you the ideas of where to go. Now with this one, Jo, again, her face to me is like an upturned wine glass. A wine glass, not upturned, just a standing up wine glass, because you could even say heart-shaped face. It's very wide, and she's got this tiny little chin. And I also notice from this image that I have, her nose at the end is very, I don't think you should say this about ladies, but it's very bulbous. So I will try to caricature that and get the shape of the head in. Anyway, this is my first video that I'm putting onto my new blog that I've just put together. It is not got a lot on at the moment, but I really wanted to get more into this blogging, because I was doing alright with my Google blogger blogs, but most people said it is not very professional, you need a WordPress blog. So I promptly went and started building one, and within the first week I totally bucketed that up and knocked myself out. Then I had to have a conversation on the phone with someone from the hosting company, and that was never going to end well. It ended up me throwing my toys out to the pram and telling them to bugger off, and having to start all over again, which I do. A lot of the time I will have to go back over things because of my memory. I've buggered up, screwed up somewhere along the line, but I keep going. Another thing about this digital drawing is because I haven't got a lot of arm movement now. I want to draw from my shoulder, but I can't. But it does give me the opportunity to keep trying to get better at it. Now, I did do a pastel one of Jo before from Daily Politics, but oh god, I made a right pig's ear of a mess of her mouth. That weren't so much caricature, it was more hideous. It was more me making fun of her. It didn't end well, so I'm having another little bash at her just for this video, just to get over the point I am making, that to practice you can find loads of ways of doing things that suit you, that you enjoy doing, and combining things like this caricature, digital drawing, with making decisions about the caricatures and what I want to caricature in a picture. And I also gives me the opportunity to practice my speech therapy, because I tend not to interact with many people outside these days, so I don't get to speak a lot to other people, so this helps me as well. Anyway, I hope you will come and see me on my new blog and start to follow it with me. It's just a great pastime of mine. In fact, I'd rather blog than try to print things. I tend to get bored with that more these days than just sitting doodling and writing my blog posts. Now, these two photos I've shown in this video, okay, they're not great drawings, but you can see, I think you will get the idea of what I'm trying to do. I'm picking out things that I think is the easiest way to caricature someone. They're not the greatest drawings, but it doesn't matter because it's just practice. And you can only get better by screwing up and making a mess of things. Anyway, I'm nearly at the end of this voice track, and to be honest, I'm shattered. I can't be talking anymore, so thank you for watching. I hope it has helped anybody on my blog. Till next time, goodbye.